Imagine this. You're walking down the street. The air feels real, the ground beneath your feet is solid, and the people you pass are living their own lives. But what if none of it is real? What if you aren't real? Now, this might sound like something out of the Matrix, but here's the thing. Some of the world's top scientists and philosophers believe there's a good chance that we're all living inside a computer simulation. And the scariest part? They might be right. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might start questioning everything you've ever known about reality. The idea that reality isn't what it seems isn't new. Over 2,400 years ago, the philosopher Plato described a group of people trapped in a cave, watching shadows on a wall. To them, the shadows were reality, but the truth was far beyond their understanding. Fast forward to 2003, and an Oxford philosopher named Nick Bostrom took this ancient idea into the modern age. He proposed something called the simulation hypothesis. Bostrom suggested that if a civilization became advanced enough, it could create computer simulations so detailed the beings inside wouldn't even know they were simulated. And here's the part that'll make your head spin. If just one advanced civilization out there created millions, maybe billions of these simulations, the odds that we are living in the real universe? Almost zero. Think about it. We're already creating simulations ourselves. Video games, virtual reality, and AI that mimic human behavior. What if we're just the next level in that progression? Okay, so that's the theory. But you might be thinking, where's the proof? Well, buckle up, because the evidence is stranger than you think. First, let's talk about the pixelated universe. In 2012, a team of German physicists tried to simulate the universe at the smallest scale imaginable. But something strange happened. The simulated universe started to behave just like our universe. Even more bizarre, some scientists now believe that space itself isn't smooth, but made up of tiny, indivisible units, like pixels in a video game. So if the universe is pixelated, does that mean we're living in a giant digital simulation? Now, if you think pixels in space are weird, wait until you hear this. Quantum mechanics, the science of the incredibly small, reveals some truly mind-bending stuff. Take the famous double-slit experiment. When scientists shot tiny particles through two slits, they behaved like waves, as if they were in multiple places at once. But, and here's the kicker, when the particles were observed, they suddenly behaved like solid objects. It's almost as if the universe only renders itself when someone is watching. Just like a video game, where the world only loads when the player is looking. But what about in everyday life? If we're in a simulation, wouldn't we see glitches? The Mandela Effect. Millions of people vividly remember events that never happened, like Nelson Mandela dying in prison, or the Berenstain Bears being spelled as Berenstein. Are these just memory errors, or signs that reality has been tampered with? Déjà vu, that strange feeling you've lived through a moment before. Could this be a repeating code glitch in our simulated world? And here's something even weirder, the speed of light. It's the ultimate speed limit in our universe. But why does this limit exist? Could it be a built-in restriction like the rendering limits in a computer program? Now here's where things get really strange. If we are in a simulation, who or what is running it? Maybe it's a super advanced civilization, our future descendants, running simulations of their ancestors to study history. Or it could be a super intelligent AI running endless simulations as part of some grand experiment. But here's the most mind-blowing theory. What if we're part of a higher dimensional being's creation, a godlike force we can't even comprehend? And here's the question that keeps scientists awake at night. If we are in a simulation, does it even matter? If this is the only reality we know, is there really a difference between simulated life and real life? Whether we're living in a simulation or not, one thing is certain. The deeper we explore the universe, the stranger it becomes. So, what do you think? Are we just characters in someone else's video game? Or are we living in the one true reality? Drop your theories in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. And while you're here, check out our latest video. And if this blew your mind, you won't want to miss our next episode 5 real-life glitches that prove we're in a simulation. Hit subscribe and stay curious.